Low devs, let's get our hands dirty. So in this practical session, first on the list we are going to take a look at heading tags. Heading tags, they are used to define HTML headings. We have h1 through h6, h1 through h6, h1 through h6, and h1 defines the most important heading and h6 defines the least important heading. So when we save this and we refresh our browser, we are going to see it here. H1 here, for instance, is the most important one, so it's the one that has the biggest size. This is H1. This is heading 1, sorry. This is heading 2. This is heading 3. This is heading 4. So HTML headings are used to define headings in what HTML document. Accordingly, we have 1 through 6. 1 through 6. 1 for the most important heading, 2 followed, 3, 4, 5, 6 being the least one. Yes, 6 being the least one. So these are HTML headings 1 through 6. 1 the largest, followed by 2 smallest. So as the number increases, the size decreases. As the number increases, the size decreases. Next, let's take a look at what a paragraph is. The p tag. The p tag. So the p tag defines a paragraph. It defines a paragraph. So when writing your HTML document and you have paragraph inside it, you can put them in the p tag. Whatever you want to put in it, any paragraph, this p tag got you covered. Yes, put all your content, your paragraphs in the p tag. They are all your content you want to put. All your content you want them to be in your HTML document. You want them to be displayed. They should be in the p tag. Using the right elements helps a lot here. Using the right elements helps a lot. So this is all about the p tag, the paragraph. Yes, it's p tags for paragraph, and the h1 we covered being the heading. Next on the list we are going to take a look at what links are. So the a tag is used to define a hyperlink. The a tag is used to define a hyperlink. Yes, hyperlink. I said it on, some elements can do without attributes. Some elements can do without attributes. Others too cannot do without attributes. Cannot do without attributes. So the a tag needs an attribute. That's href. The h tag needs an attribute. Yes, it needs an attribute. That's a href. So we are going to take a look at the a tag, how to use the a tag, how to link it. So with the a tag we can link different HTML documents. For example, let's create another page and see something for right now. So this is it. Let's create another page, for instance. So sorry, you can even save it here with another file name, saying file save as. But now we will give it new dot the extension htm or html, then you leave the encoding to be utf-8, and then you save it. Now you save it with another file name. Yes, another file name. We have 2 here right now, so we can display this and you can display the other one. So this meaning we can link this page to the other page. Let's clear things here and say at h1 this is a new page, and save it. Let's open our index. This is our new page. So with this index, this can choose another app. You don't want to open it with our web browser, I want to open it with Notepad. Yes, this is it. So this is our index page. This is our index page. We can link this page to the new page that we created earlier. That is a new. So let's link it and see. So you can have an anchor tag with an attribute href, and then link it by you specifying the location of it. So with the location, without anything before it, that means it tells the browser that that file is within that folder. So when we type new.html and then we close it using the bracket, always don't forget the quotation marks. Don't forget the quotation mark. Then you link it and you have to specify a name with it. Let's say next page, and then you close your tag. Always close your tag, please. Always close your tag. You save it and you refresh your browser. See, we have it here. We have this link here. So when we click on this link, it will take us to the page that we created. Let's take a look at this. This is a new page. Yes, this is a new page. That's this page right now. And let's create another one. Another tag here with href, and then link it to the index page. Say home page, and then you save it. Right now you refresh your browser. There's it. You refresh your browser here. So let's open this one with our browser. So this is the new. So this is it. So upon clicking this one will take us back to the index page. We specify that this anchor tag, what is this? The location of the page we are linking it to. This is a linking tag. So when you specify index.html, that means you are telling the browser that when a person clicks on this home page right now, it should take us back. It should take us back to the index page. So when the person clicks on it, it takes us back to the index page. So this is the index page. So let me zoom it in for us. Yes, this is the index page right now. This is the index page. So when person clicks on this one, it will take us to the new page, right? New page, and the person clicks on the home page, takes us back to the index page. So this is how the anchor tags works. And you can see this color, this blue color here. So when you create a first link, the first link, when it's blue, specifies that this link is what? Unvisited. That means it has not been visited. Unvisited link. And when it turns to purple, that means it has been visited. But when you see it to be red, that means that link is active. When it is red, it is active. So blue for unvisited, purple for visited, and then the active link is red. So this is all about anchor tag. You can wrap it around anything. You can wrap it around an H1 element, whatever you want to wrap it around, it will still work. That's the anchor tag. And one more thing, without the href, any other attribute pertaining the anchor tag won't work. Any other attributes, for example, without the href, the media won't work. The media attribute won't work. Without the href, target won't work. Without the href, the type won't work. So the href is important. It's a must for the anchor tag. Without the href, the anchor tag won't work. Without the href, the anchor tag won't work. Next on the list, we are going to take a look at image. Yes, image tag. That's the image element. We are going to take a look at the image element. So before that, let's put an image inside our image folder, I've created a folder named images. That's where we are going to keep our images at, and we have images there: a, n++, s, st, and vnc. So that's where we are going to, these images are what we are going to use in our folder. Yes, image. So let's create a horizontal line, save it, refresh it. So next on the list is image. Yes, the image is what we have. The image tag is what the image is being specified using image, and the image tag has an attribute, a must attribute. Yes, a must attribute. That's src. src. The src tells the browser the location of the file, the location of the image file, the location of the image file. So when we say image src and then your quotation mark, please don't forget your quotation mark. And you know the image tag is an empty element, so it has no ending tag. It's an empty element, so it has no ending tag. Yes. So the image we want is not in the current folder. It's not in the current folder. It's in another folder of the name images. Another folder of the name images. So we have to navigate into the images folder and then select the type of image we want. Navigating into the image folder and select the type of image that we want. So let's do it. So if you are in the current folder, the folder that the images are in is images. So we write images, and then /. So you are saying, say we are moving into images, and we want the image with this. Yes, the image. So this is the image that we are going to use. You can use any image. So this is the image name A, and the file type is what? GIF. Wait, let's take a look at the file type. It's very important. So you can use JPG, PNG. The GIF is very, very important. Sorry. So file property. So the file type extension is .gif, .gif. The extension is really important. The extension is really important. So when you are done, you save it and you refresh your browser, and then you see the image there. You save it and then you refresh your browser and you see the image there. So the image tag can also have different attributes. Yes, it can have different. You can add different attributes to the image tag. An example is an attribute that we can use is the width. That's controlling the width of the image. We can control the width of the image using the width attribute. So let's try that one and see. And you can, yeah, in percentage. So we specify width equals, the quotation mark is really important. So let's use 50 and see what it will be like. See, it has reduced. You can specify the width and the height of it. So you can specify the width automatically. When you specify the width without the height, the browser adjusts the height too. Yes, it adjusts the height as well. So let's see, say 50. Let's make it 100 and see what we get. Play around it, play with it, and you see how it is. You play with it and you see how it is. So we can also specify the height. Let's specify the height to be 150. This is going to be really bad. Play around with it, you see the height. But without specifying the height, when you say width 100%, the browser will automatically adjust the height for you. When you specify the height to 150, the browser will automatically adjust the width for you. You can, yes, have the, as I said earlier, the width, the height, and also you can give it an alt attribute. Let's do away with the alt attribute. The alt attribute gives the browser, hey browser, in case you don't find this image, display this. So let's give it an alt attribute and say atom test editor and save it. You are not going to see it right now because the browser can locate this image. You are not going to see it because the browser can locate this image. But if the browser cannot locate this image, it is going to display the alt attribute. Let's just make a mistake. Let's deliberately make a mistake and do something and save it. Right now we've cleared the F from the GIF, and let's see something. We saved it, you refresh the browser. See right now what? Atom what? Text editor. See, the alt is being displayed. So the alt is necessary in case the browser cannot render or cannot locate the image file. If the browser cannot locate the image file, it is going to use the alt. So in case we don't specify anything for the alt, let's clear it and see right now. In case we don't specify anything for the alt and the browser can't find it, what do you think will happen? It is not going to say, it's not going to give any information. What will the user think about, oh, what image was there? But with the alt attribute, the browser will display telling the users that, oh, the image that should have been here is an Atom text editor. That's the image that should have been here. But when everything is intact, everything is correct, the browser will not display the alt. The browser will not display the alt attribute. So the image tag needs the src is really important. Imagine that let's just do away with the image attribute and see the src attribute and see nothing will work. You just see nothing. See, an Atom text editor is showing the image, nothing image. So if you write image without specifying the location of the image, there's nothing going to show, nothing will show. But if you specify it, that's when the browser is going to say, no, this is an image, that this image is what to display. So the browser will display the image for the user to see. Yes, we are moving on gradually. We are learning this these basics elements. We are going to use it most. We are going to really use it in our day-to-day developing. Next, we are going to take a look at what buttons are. HTML buttons. Yes, HTML buttons. We are going to look at how they are. What is HTML button? We are going to click a lot. Yes, I'm going to make use of HTML buttons. So we have to use the button element. The click me. Please don't forget your closing tag. And then we refresh it and we see the browser. You see the click me here. So you can click on it. Yes, click on it. You can surround an anchor tag around this click me, for instance. So with this, you can put this around it. You can, let's say, bring this anchor tag that we wrote here, this anchor tag, this new one, you bring it here, so that when you click on this thing, it will take us to the next page. Let's try that and see. So let's copy that and paste it here, and save it. So we have the next here. So when you click on this one, it's going to take us to the next page. It's going to do the same thing, but this time we've surrounded it with a button. Yes, it is inside a button. So this is the button element. We are really going to use it because it comes in day to day. Yes, we are going to use it every time. The button element is being used almost. Next, an interesting part. It's like our screen is getting full. Let's clear our screen. Let's clear it. Save it. Refresh. Gone. Next, we are going to look at HTML list. The HTML list. That's our next topic. HTML list. So HTML list, we have two types. We have the UL and the OL. The UL, that's it, on ordered list, and then the OL are the ordered list. With the UL, that's the unordered list. Unordered lists are in a bulleted form, and UL, they must always come along with the LI. When you specify UL without anything, they are never going to be listed. So let's take a look at the UL elements. So can say ul, and then you close it, ul element, close it. And within the ul we have li, that's the list. So you see the ul is like a container containing the list. This container tells the browser that, hey browser, this list inside me, they are on ordered list, this list inside me are ordered list. Yes, that's what tells the browser. So let's say banana, we have banana, sorry, we save it. They come in a bulleted form, CLI, bulleted form. So this list right now, this list, this is how it appears, with a bulleted, with bullets beside them. So you can just give them different attributes. With the on other list, we have different types for them. Yes, different type. It can be bulleted, it can be circle, it can be disk. So let's try them. So it can have an attribute like attribute saying the type to be square. Let's write square. Refresh it. Now let's zoom in the browser. Now we have square. We have the bullet to be square, the type to be square, and we have aside, we have circle. Aside square, we have circle. Let's refresh it. See circle, and the disk is what by default it comes, circle disk. Yes. So this is the unordered list. We have unordered list, the bulleted form. It has a type to be, you have circle disk square, circle disk square, circle disk square. And then aside the unordered list, we have ordered list. Yes, ordered list. Ordered list comes in numbers. Types can be numerical, the alphabet. Now let's take a look at them. So we just remove the type from there. Yes, and change the ul to ol and save it. Let's run it. Yes, we have the ordered list. You save it, you refresh. See, it comes in numbers by default, 1 2 3 4. You can also change it. And make it capital A. Sorry. C alphabet. Make it small a, and it's still going to work. We have the Roman numerals I, and also you can specify where it should start. Let's say the starting should start from IV. Sorry, you start from 4. So you see, it start from 4 5 6, 4 5 6. So this, let's say, match all about ordered list and unordered list. The list we talk about, the unordered list we've talked about, the ordered list. So yes, we are done with the list in HTML. The list in HTML. Next, we are going to take a look at the div tag and then the span tag. The div tag and the span tag. So div tags, talking about the div tag is a block element. The div tag is a block element. Yes, it's a block element. A block element that defines division or section in an HTML document. It is used to group block elements to format them with CSS. Used to group block elements to format them with CSS. But when you take a look at the span, it is used to group inline elements. A span is an inline element. That means it takes the weight of its content. But with a div, that's a division of the page, it takes the full weight of the page. Yes, the full weight of the screen. Being 100, that's 100%. But the span just takes only the weight of its content. So let's take, for instance, this div has an anchor tag. The href anchor tag must have this href linking this index page to the home page, the new page, that's the new.html that we created. And your closing tag, please don't forget your closing tag, it's very necessary. New page. So this here, for instance, let me clear the list. This here, for instance, is taking the full weight of the screen. This new page is taking the full weight of the screen. You're not seeing, but it's taking the full weight of the screen. In case we put another text beside it, it's going to drop. Let's say we put another text. Let's use span. Hello span elements. Is going to drop. This span element is going to drop. But when we put another span element beside this span element, it's going to be beside it. It's going to be beside, because span, they take the weight of its content. So right now it's taking the weight of its content. Yes, it's taking the weight of its content. That means there will be space beside it. If the content doesn't consume the full weight, that's 100%, it consumes 50%. That means the space left will be 50%. By the div, it takes fully 100% of the div of the screen. That's the difference between a span and a div. Yes, a span and a div. A div is a block element, takes the full weight of the screen, and the span is an inline element,